Hi everybody, welcome to Art Day. My name is Sarah, it's Monday and it's time to do some art. And today I have two things that I want to do. For one, I want to have a card, a greeting card done, and I want to paint the painting that goes on top of the greeting card. And then if I'm fast enough and have a bit more time, I want to play with the ArtBox, the April ArtBox that came, and it is alcohol-based ink markers and a sketchbook. But I'm gonna get to that if if the 2 hours are not filled with this greeting card. So what I want to do, this is watercolor paper, 300 grams, and it has quite the fiber in it, so it's very smooth. And this is just a cream-ish, it's not white, it's off-white. It's a greeting card with an envelope, and I do have some pattern paper, a paper pad. And I want to take, in the end, I want to take this pattern here. I think that works best. Really like it. It's it doesn't say the name of the paper pad or what it is, but it's kind of off colors, vintage, in green, rose colored, browns, like that. See, quite it's quite gardeny, vintagey, but also kind of industrial. So I want to have this particular pattern here, and I'm gonna mark it with my paper pad starter, because I want to have it in between this painting here, which I already cut to size, and the white-ish greeting card in the back. But let's start with the painting that I want to do. I want to, for one, tape down with some painter's tape. I want to tape down the piece here. And I want to paint a scenery. I have to put my head in, I'm sorry. I have to look straight down, that I have a straight border. So I want a white border too. And I want to paint a scene that is very typical for the area that I work in. This card is gonna go to a distant family member whom I only met once, and that is about 15-16 years ago. But if you follow me for a while, especially on the taco clocks, you know that I'm working at my ancestry research project, and I want to connect with him and his wife to ask if they want copies of the letters from his mother, or photos too that I inherited here, or that I have currently to work with. Some of those photos I haven't inherited, but they're in my family, so with my mom currently. But others, like the letters, I have inherited, and I want to know if they are interested in getting copies or scans of them. And to do so, I want to write them a little tiny sweet greeting card, and see if they want to either reconnect or just get information, maybe talk about ancestry, maybe they looked on their own. So yeah, I just wanted to have a nice card to send to them, and that is why I'm going to work on this watercolor piece here. I'm gonna take a 0. I'm gonna take 0.3. Yeah, I'm gonna take a 0.3 black permanent marker, and I'm gonna start sketching out. So the main colors are gonna be gray, green, and maybe tiny little bit of burnt sienna for rust or something. And I just see that this is weird. Hold on, folks. You're totally not seeing this correctly, are you? That's more like it. Now you are straight in frame. All right. So the thing that I want to paint is something that is typical for my region, and I'm gonna start already. So horizon line is gonna be something like that, maybe. So things that are absolutely typical for my region are anything mining. So head gears or these coal trucks or something. I'm living in an old coal mining area. So I thought I would just, instead of sending, I don't know, a card with a butterfly or something, I would sketch something from my region, but not the, especially since it's kind of like I'm talking about history in the card, and it goes, it's all about, well, the past and everything. I thought that would be quite fitting, and I had a chat with my dear friend Tina last week when she was here drawing for Initiative, and I was sitting here working on my ancestry project that I asked her, well, I don't, I want something to connect with the ancestry project, and I was thinking maybe I'm doing a portrait of his mother as a tiny little one and have it on the card, or do I want to have like a very famous kind of building or site or something from the town that she was born in. I was just brainstorming with her on what I wanted to connect it to ancestry and everything. And she said, you know, you could actually go for something like, what do you see here in your area? Because they live closer to the Northern Sea. So they have a very different landscape than we do, of course. So I really liked her idea here, and I took it to be what I see now. So how it's changed. It's not gonna be all brownish and gloomy and everything like you maybe would assume from coal mining. It's not gonna be all black and dirty, but more like, okay, this is what is happening now. So it's gonna play off of the industrial recreational parks that we do have a lot in my area now, and play with time in that manner, and like future, past, evolving, all these kind of topics, you know. So that one goes into the back quite a bit. I really liked that approach of, okay, there's so much, so heavy a subtext in this painting here in regards to what I'm gonna send out, what I'm gonna ask them, what I'm going to talk about, that I really just liked the idea. And I have another thing that this card fits particularly well with, and that is, I was saying earlier that I wanted to play with the ArtBox, the April one, and the topic there is urban. So I think I could actually get away, if I would not have wanted to watercolor this piece, to work with the items that came in the new ArtBox. So now it's gonna be something like this. And I'm being particularly sketchy here. I want this to not be the super sophisticated something. I want this to be kind of like a urban sketching art thing going on, you know. So there's more wheels here. I'm having a reference photo off to the side, but I cannot show you because it is not one that I have the right to show it on camera. But I should really, you know, I had so many great reference photos on my computer, and then my computer crashed and I couldn't save them, I couldn't get them back. So I actually like to use my own reference photos because then I can show them on camera. I have perfect copyright and everything, and licensing is no problem, blah blah blah, all of that stuff. So that was a rather quick sketch, and now I can go on with watercolors. This time around I'm taking the Schminke ones. They're very natural, earthy looking, and I need a brush. Which brush do I want? I want a small one for details, and I want actually quite the big one. Let's go with my favorite one. This is my favorite round brush because you can see it is round and then it has like a dome. It starts flaring there, but I can still use it a lot. Need some paper towel. I'm gonna start with the background, which is, like I said, greens and maybe a bit of blue, but I'm gonna start with the green. I'm gonna wet everything, which makes, or at least the part that I want to have the green in, I'm gonna wet that because it makes the watercolor flow really nicely and make nice things. So I'm going to start with lemon yellow. I want a very spring-like tint to it because it's a new connection or a reconnection. It's all of that, and I'm just going to dump that in here. And then I'm going to go in with a permanent green, which is a warm green, or others call it a hooker's green. I'm mixing it with the rest of my lemon yellow, and just see, it's going to make for a nice May green almost if they mix. That's important to do because that makes the watercolor go down smoothly. Alright, and now I'm only going to go in with pure permanent green, just intensify a few things around the lower part here of these headgears. Okay. It needs a second to dry. While that is drying, I can very carefully try to go in from the top. Not gonna have the green and the blue, the incoming blue. Not gonna have that touch. I need the cold blue. I'm going in with a very, very, very tiny little bit of ultramarine blue and a lot of water. I'm just going to do that. Oh no, it touched. So let's blot it. Okay. Get rid of that harsh line here. Alright, now I can dry it off. Alright, And now you saw that while I was blow drying, I did take away all of the excess color on the tape. I just don't want it to go flying everywhere. That's why I like to do that. Now I go in again with the green. I'm not going to do anything more at the sky. I just want to intensify things here. I'm going in with very little water and a lot of paint, which makes these shapes appear that I actually am looking for. Could be trees. Okay. Again, I'm gonna dry it, and then I can go on to the small brush and paint. Now I need my small brush, and I am going to bring in a bit of gray. So I do have browns here already. They're mostly cold browns, so I'm just gonna introduce a little bit of warm blue. I'm gonna mix it into the brown. That will make for a gray. Greenish gray here, a bit more. A bit more brown. Okay, now I can paint them. Work a bit more with the shape here. Same goes for this one here. And it's just the first layer. Right, now for the second layer, again I'm gonna dry it off. For the second layer I'm gonna take the burnt sienna in here, which is like a rusty color. I'm gonna go in and just add a little tiny bit, not everywhere, just some spots. You'd say, oh, okay, this probably, see, something like this. And the same goes for the big one here. There I'm also going to go for this one here, a bit of the wheels, just a little bit. And now I'm going to introduce back the dark brown that I also used for the gray, for mixing the gray. So I'm just going to take some of that, and I'm going to add a bit to the wheels. Into places I think it should be really dark. I'm gonna squint a bit or cross my eyes for a tiny little second to just see the values and not the shapes. That actually really helps to have the correct values. You can really easily determine, do I need something where it's a bit more dark, or do I need a highlight? And not get overwhelmed with all the information that you see on a painting, like shapes, lines, everything, when you look at a painting without squinting. But don't do that too long, just a little tiny little bit, just a split second pretty much. Here. Now I have to get back to the big brush again, because I think I want a tiny little bit of brown introduced to the green, but I'm just taking the rest of the browns that I do have on the palette here. I'm not mixing anything new. So all the rest of the colors mixed together. In German it's called Palettendreck, because it's like the dirt on your palette. That makes for really nice shading colors sometimes. Something like this. I have to dry it off and see if I need a highlight or if I'm good. Definitely need something. Maybe a balloon, a highlight. Well, let's take away the tape and see how it looks with the background pattern paper before I add anything else. Ah, shoot. Okay, gotta clean that off. So I'm just adding blank water and then I'm dabbing away. So it goes here. Yep. Clean it off one more time. Again, it's easier to lift or clean up with earthy colors, so greens, browns, yellows, reds and purples, and some blues are really difficult to lift, folks. Just saying. Let it sit and dab away. And again, dab away. Now I'm going to get my paper pad here. See, there's the one I want. That's the one that I want. I don't think it needs anything with this pattern paper. That's actually busy enough. So what I'm gonna do now is put away my watercolors, take a sip of tea. I just saw that I forgot to activate my audio, so now the audio should be better. Sorry. But I had the camera audio only, forgot to activate it. I thought I had. So let's take one of these pattern papers. There's the card. Table is clean. Oh, I also have to get my stamp and ink. For later, because I have to, or I want to stamp that it's handmade by me. So, let's see. You're still in focus. Okay, so I'm gonna mark with a pencil that I forgot to bring to the desk. Oh gosh, I'm so unprepared again. Sorry, folks. Oh, there's the pencil. And on the back side of this paper, I'm going to I want it on this side here. I'm going to mark how much I want. I want it to be cut here. And I want it to be cut here. So this is what I'm gonna do now. Cut some paper. Start with this side. To this side, so that would be something like this. Could actually have been a bit longer. All right, let's recut. Another pattern paper. I'm gonna use those for another project. I'm not gonna throw them away. This actually just needs a smidge, so I'm going to cut that part first. So it now looks something like this. That's pretty cool. And I can cut that one something like here. Don't have to be super exact, but something like this. I like that more. Just plays with the shape of the card better. And then this on top. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and then I don't think that it needs anything else. Doesn't need to have a balloon or something in the back, does it? Oh, it couldn't hurt. So let's sketch in a tiny balloon. I'm taking the 01 for that, and I'm just
Maybe outside the frame? Yeah, why not? Let's play with it. Okay, now I need the tiniest brush that I do have to color this in. I do have red on the other side of the palette, so I can just take a new paper towel and use this color here. Let's dry this. Put tape on top so that it doesn't fly away. And give it a second one. And now pure dark red. Just for a little bit of dimension there. All right, that's enough. We're good. Okay. Now I can go to the rather easy part of gluing or taping the pattern paper and the painting down. Then I'm just have to add my stamp, and then I'm done. It can go on playing. So I'm definitely having enough time looking at the clock next to me now. I'm having enough time to play a bit with the supplies that came with the art box this month. Okay. Let's tape them all in one go. Tape. And tape. Okay. I want the newspaper looking like part on top, so I have to make sure I have the paper in the right correct direction to tape it down. Okay. Might be on top of my head, but I have to look straight down. I'm having this rather straight. Ta-da! Something like that. Boop. And now the painting on top. That is this direction. Hold on. Ah, there we go. All right. Now I have to look down straight again. For this one here, and I take my paper towel to put in between in case I have any color or ink or anything on my fingers. I don't want to smear it. Okay, so now I have to sign my paint and I'm gonna put the stamp with the Handmade by Pinselgeschichten onto the back of the card. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seconds should give a good time to let the ink go to the paper, actually. Alright, that's that. Ta-da! Greeting card done. Now I just have to write the letter part inside the card. And then I can send it off. But that's something that I'm gonna do in the privacy of my home when it's really quiet and yeah, not on video working. But there you go. This is a very quick project. And now I have to clean up my table a tiny bit. And then we can play, folks. We can play. So put the watercolors away. I'm not closing them because then they could get moldy, but I'm taking them off the desk. And they can dry while I do other things. Let me quickly do the rest of the cleanup. Something like this. Ta-da! Now, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit because this is a bigger project than a card. And I'm also gonna take a sip of tea. I'm having nettle mango today, by the way. It's a very yummy summer tea, I think. All right. In the ArtBox came a sketchbook, A5. I'm gonna open up scissors because it's packed in plastic. And this is the ArtBox is something like the Smart ArtBox in the US, but it's in Germany only, or German-speaking countries, so Austria, Switzerland, Germany. And I really like it. You can hop over. I'm gonna have a link to the ArtBox in the description box below in case you're from Germany, Austria, or Switzerland and are interested. So this is it has a style file marker sketchbook A5, 120 grams. Okay, that's nice blank paper. Awesome. $144 pages. Okay, the maker of this sketchbook says it should be for markers. I think they mean ink markers, but not alcohol markers, because alcohol markers actually go through everything. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do a swatch. So the style markers, that is this one here, it says that these come in 124 colors. Okay. It does have a chisel. and like a felt tip, I think. So let's see, oh, it has the big and the small blob, so that should be, yeah, the bullet tip and the chisel. And the other ones here are the brush markers, also alcohol ink. I'm gonna check that company out if they are any good, because I like alternatives to Copics, actually. They do come with a brush tip and a chisel tip. So let's watch them, shall we? And see if they are any good with this paper here. I just want to make sure that I don't have that much bleed through. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have a paper in the back just to make sure, because I think this is gonna bleed. I just know that alcohol markers go through any paper other than render paper or something. There's a special paper where even they do not get through, but that's, yeah. Let's sketch there's red wine. Okay, smooth, but see, go through as expected. That is very juicy ones. See, they really go through. But not a problem. I'm gonna take where's my, there it is. I'm gonna take my first page of the book here, and that is 372. Are they all different numbers? Yes, they are. So I don't have to write all of the names. I don't actually care for names. I just care for, well, are you any good? So let's go with, it's Scarlet. Ooh, that's a nice one. Awesomely awesome, and that is 352. Next up, the blues. And I'm testing both tips here if they work. Okay, that's 562, ice blue. 562. Next up, oh, super juicy. Wow. That's a nice color too. I like the color range in these packs. That's Peacock. 610. That it definitely goes through the paper. But I don't mind. I can use this either one-sided if I want to have alcohol markers, or I can go with Indian ink markers. Wow, this is a nice green. I like the off colors. This is 602 dark green. And the next one is 202, and that is terracotta. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Quite the yellow tint. Perfect. Sometimes terracotta, for me personally, in these markers has too much of a red tint. So I would almost classify it as a burnt sienna, but I really like the black ones for so far. Now let's see the brush ones. So I need 1, 2, 3 more lines. Let's go with this one, 4, 1, 4. That is dark violet light. Okay, small one. That would be the brush tip. Oh, yeah, very Copic-y. From the feel, like the brush tip from the Copic markers, at least the Chow Copic markers. Chisel. Nice. Next up, 562. Oh, it's the same one. But I'm gonna have a B here because it's the brush marker. See? Booyah. So I have one color where I have all 3 kinds of nibs. So bullet tip, brush tip, and chisel. Now 810 and 354. That is called brick brown. Yeah, it's a slightly bit redder than the terracotta, so those two should blend together like crazy. And nice, that is called vivid red. Okay. And the last 2 are 512 and 642. So the 512 is called marine blue. Let's test this. Oh, that's a nice dark blue. I like that. See? It's almost like a grayish blue. It's a blue, gray, blue, whatever. And this is called emerald green. Oh yeah, that's sweet too. We should fit with this one and this one really nicely to blend. And I'm gonna try blending some of them now. So I want to try to blend the 2 greens, how they go. That's more of an easy one, I think. Oh no, hold on, let's be really brave and put 3 of them together. So that would be something like this, and let's blend it out into the 642. Top with them again. And some more. See how it blends, but so far they look from the side like the way it behaves looks like the Copics or the Spectrum Noirs. Okay, so let's introduce the blue too. And blend that out. So let's wait a second to see. Okay. Let's let this dry, and meanwhile try that combination. So this one, and this one. Let's try them. that one. Bring that here. Okay. So they blend only so much here, but really well here. I wonder if that's because of the paper. So what I'm gonna do now is bring in my marker paper, because I actually have Copic marker paper. Let's see. Let's take this one here, cut a piece. Take this for testing. I'm gonna test the same thing. I'm gonna test the red and violet here, if they are any different on this particular paper. Yeah, they behave more like the Copics here. But let's see if I can feather them in, if they are featherable. No, they stay a bit more. They're not bleeding as much together as the Copics do. Okay. So you have to have really similar tones to make it actually really work. So something like this, and then yeah. And something like this. Yeah, so they're more of a, maybe more for fashion or something, or really sketchy things. Not the way Copics behave exactly, but that's totally fine to me. I really still like them. I want to try the blendability on this paper with the greens that are way closer and easier to blend. And see, I really like that combo here. Okay, let's paint something. So the topic was urban. So I want to do something urban. Oops, and that was the cable. Sorry, folks. So let's see. I do have Paint My Photo references. I want this one here. So I need, yeah, that should work. So I'm going to sketch. I cannot show it on camera, the reference photo, but I'm going to have the link to Paint My Photo in the description box, because, well, I just printed it out this morning and I couldn't ask the photographer if that would be fine for them to words. for me to show it on video. So what I'm gonna do here is taping, not to tape it to the table, but I want something like a border. Nah, it's gonna rip. Okay, so let's take the other side and not tape it and do something else. Learn something, because I never taped this kind of paper before. But, hold on. No, I'm gonna play with my Copic liners for that, just to make sure. I'm gonna take... Where's the BM? There's a marker missing. Oh, great. It's not here. Maybe I used it up. So I'm going to take BS, which is a brush tip, and I'm just going to make myself a frame. Again, this is not in any shape or form going to be a masterpiece, but I just want to play. And if I like it, I'm going to have this on Instagram and also post it to the girls from ArtBox. It's there on Instagram now. Like this. And like this. All right. Now, photo. I do have something like a pipe here. Can you? Pipe with like a rain draining thing kind of pipe. I'm gonna stay sketchy with my lines here. This just makes it easier when you're going in with permanent marker or ink right away and you're maybe not having the first line be totally correct. You can hide it in those sketchy lines quite a bit, which is something that I absolutely like. Also, you can shade it already a bit, so yay. Okay, that's that, and then we go further up. The next one of these. This photo actually caught my eye because of the colors. And I thought, yeah, from the way these markers look, I could probably try to pull it off. And then there's one more that is a bit shorter. And then we go to the top. Kind of, I'm just gonna freestyle this because it actually looks really weird there. It looks like a totally weird angle of something in a roof or whatever it is. So I'm just going to add one more section of the pipe here. And then, okay, so there we got something like this, and then we got like a painted wood piece here. And then we got a bit more of that. And we got the next wooden piece here. Or stone. Oh, it actually looks like painted wood. Then we have a plant here, so I'm gonna sketch the plant first and then the wood behind it. It's like a fern or something. And there goes, we're here, so something like this. That would be that. Shade first. Okay, and next to it we have a reddish house with, it almost looks like bricks, but it is wood. So just gonna sketch in the big pieces. Like this. Then it has the big one here. Small one here. Then we go exactly like this again. And then like that again. Once more. And for the last time. All right, that is that, and now it has like raised parts where I say, okay, this is definitely, it looks like wood. So have one that is wider and narrow. And I'm going to do the same thing for all of the other bricks here. Some of them have nails, so this has a nail, this has one. That one has one. And that one. Oh, let's lower down, let's go bit by bit. This one has a nail. And the last one here to the right has one too. So I'm working with a black permanent marker here, so that should actually be fine with the alcohol. Markers shouldn't smudge or smear or anything. Okay, so there's lines or something going here. Okay. Let's color. I want the blue part to be done first, so the thing to the left. I'm pulling all of my blues. Now I need the sketchbook again to actually see the exact colors. So it's actually just 3 colors. So let's go with the ice blue chisel marker. Just give things a solid coat here. Okay, now I'm going to bring in the marine blue, but with a brush marker. Now I'm going to feather things out and shade them and everything. I'm taking the brush tip of the first marker to blend this out. have to be rather quick with the blending here, because I'm not sure how long it stays wet. I mean, it stays wet longer on this particular paper here, but still want to make sure that I'm able to blend it as best as I can. So let's do this quickly here. Do it like this and pull it right away. Okay. Other side too. This is maybe a bit more scruffy already, so it gets a bit of a darker blue. Don't want it all to be too uniform. And this is like the really dark here. I'm gonna bring in a lot of the dark marine blue. Feather it from the top and the bottom. And blend with the lighter blue. Ooh. So on this paper they behave way more like the Copics or the Spectrum Noirs, which is really nice. I'm probably, well, I'm owning quite a few Copics. I'm decided not to rebuy them because I'm using them not often enough to say, okay, the price is okay for my budget, you know. So I'm going to take a look at this marker here, see what they cost, and then I can, once the Copics are, well, or I'm really missing colors for the Copics, I can see if I buy a couple of other sets. Maybe they got some other nice sets that would work. I don't need gray or skin. I still have the Spectrums and the Copics for that, but maybe a few more of the brighter colors or something like these colors. So I'm gonna add another color, and that is, oh, that's the brick brown. Yeah, that actually looks like that rust, and then the green too for the pipe here. Let's see, how do I want to do that? I want to have the brown in first, so it pretty much is all on the right hand side of this pipe here. There's quite a bit on this particular bend here, so let's put that in, and a bit more here to the right. Okay. Also has a bit of a greenish tint, that rusty kind of thing. Don't worry, I'm gonna blend like crazy in a minute here. Light blue. Let's go in and start blending. Just gonna sit solid on top. again come in with the brown. I'm going to shade the pipe from the other side. Paper should be wet enough that I can get away with maybe not blending right away. Or actually maybe I don't want to blend. That looks actually kind of cool. Okay. Pity that there is no black or a dark gray. Let's try something on this. Where's my test paper? Here it is. Let's see if I can make a gray. Dark blue with the dark brown. Let's see. That's the one that I... no. Can't do it. So I'm gonna get a Copic or a Spectrum. Let's go for the Spectrums. Let's go for them and see. Yeah, let's go for a Spectrum Noir Gray. It's kind of like cheating, but I need a really dark color here. And let's see how those bodies play together. Actually, I could go even darker. So let's take the... Ooh, now I painted myself. Great. Or not. So that is brush bullet tip. Let's take the A8. That's the darkest gray I've got. Just let it stand out here. See? Boop. 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 Okay. Now I need the plant. That would be actually a yellowish green. But I'm just gonna take the emerald tone here. Oh, actually, I did get another... hold on. I did get another alcohol marker. ArtBox. That was an earlier one, an earlier release. Let's see. Do I want this one? No, that's actually way too brown. So I'm gonna take a Copic yellow. Yeah, that's more like it. So I'm going to something like this. Take a Copic. And another one, more of a yellowish green. And now the ultra dark green. Sorry. Okay. And now this is like a reddish brown, so this one 354, that's pretty close. I need the wine red, I need the brick one. Actually need a yellow too. So oh gosh. Yeah, gonna take these two as well. But first, let's take the yellows first. That is easiest. It's pretty much just here to the right, just on these bricks. It gets less towards the bottom. There's a little bit of yellow here, and a tiny bit here. Ooh. Blend it out, just blend it out. Oh, come to mama. See, my Copics are almost dry. Okay. But the rest is pretty much reddish brown, so what I can do here is bring in that. Bring a bit of red already in here. Give it a solid coat, and then quote-unquote just shade. And I think, yeah, I've got like half an hour until my 2 hours of recording time are pretty much done. So maybe I'm able to pull that off. If not, I'm gonna have a tiny little bit of overtime because I don't think that I need much more time than half an hour maybe. Let's see, I'm just they're super juicy, so I can really just go with one stroke of marker ink. Can have a solid base layer already. All right, let's get to blending. So gonna have dark here, 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 and here, of course. There's a bit more dark here. Bit of the brown. Bit of the yellow again. Where's my wine red? There it is. Actually could introduce the gray here already because this is pretty much very dark back here. To the next one. So I have red here, dark wine red. Wrong one. There's the red. Now blend everything out. Wrong one. Need a bit darker here. Okay. This is the darkest browns, grays, so I definitely need darks here to enhance my contrast. Okay, got the yellow here, dark red. So this side here. And I'm really super sketchy going just over these lines back and forth with grays, browns, dark reds, yellows, as you can see, and make it sketchy looking. And maybe a bit old sometimes, so it needs a bit of a darker here. Because it's actually a bit more backed. Now the blend out phase. Rest of blend out. Gonna have the chisel for this, for the rest of this part here. It actually needs quite a bit of dark, and it also needs the chisel on this particular one here, just to save myself some time. All right. It's almost all gonna be brown here. Now again blending out. That part here, maybe just a little bit more of the dark. Go super quick now because I already put in quite a bit of yellow. Gray. Bit of brown. And now blending with the original color tone thing. And the yellow, of course. The other side. Okay, and same goes for here. Blend, blend. And put in the nails. Now I can go on shading. Pulling out highlights too, or mark a few things that are just working with shapes here, just to bring out a few of these lines of these rectangles here. Just a few. Okay, let's have the final little bit of shading going on, or the darks here, where things separate. The more pigment you put down with these kind of markers, the darker things get. It's like watercolor in this case. Need a bit of a lighter green, so I will have to add a bit more light green here. I just need a bit of freshness. I'm gonna pull it in here and there as well, where there's the yellow, just to, well, have color repetition there. Okay, and needs a bit more dark red here and there. Okay, that's that. Now I will put some highlights in. Maybe, do I need a bit of white? Yeah, I think I do. I think I do need a few highlights. So I'm gonna get my gel pen. I'm also gonna get my marker once more. Just really want to have some things dark stand out. Just to enhance some of the lines. This one here. This one here. Let me look without the glare. It needs one more line here. And also here. And here. Alright. I think that's pretty much it. That would be my urban painting. Let's sign it. And there we go. So, played with the ArtBox. I really like those markers. Again, I'm gonna look for them on the web and see what they cost retail and what I can maybe add to my collection, or just well, once the Copics are done and dry, I can maybe, if they're not the €8 per pencil or per pen thing, I can actually maybe buy a few of those, because I really like how they work. And I've got really a lot of marker here. Oopsie. But well, I work with my stuff. I do also like the sketchbook, but I'm definitely gonna use that for Indian ink markers more than the alcohol markers. Anyway, that is that. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun watching along. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. And I will see you next Monday with a new project. It's very likely going to be the May issue of the Random Act of Kindness. You can find details of this, of my project, maybe not the markers in this case particularly, but like actually the project was the card. So you can find that, as well as close-up photos and stuff on the blog. I will list all of these markers on the blog and post a photo of this particular piece here too. But I'm gonna post it mainly on Instagram and connect to the ArtBox girls there. Again, if you have questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Leave a thumbs up to this video if you liked it. I would very much appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, well, feel free to subscribe and hit that bell sign, because that will notify you whenever I upload a new video. And let's bring in the card as well for the final little bit. So that's what I did today. That died pretty much almost 2 hours. Have a great week, folks. I'm gonna see you on Draw for Initiative and Beyond the Lines. I'm actually gonna record Beyond the Lines now in a minute. Have fun, folks. Take good care. And like I said, thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.